So here we are with Lewis. Lewis stepped in kindly for the Man Down show a few months ago. You fought Sam Triggs. You got involved. Why did you get involved with Man Down, and why did you support that show? Because you just said, Clint, if there's anything I can do to help, mate, count me in.
Yeah.
Which I was like, wow, cheers, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm passionate about boxing for a start.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big part of my life. Always keen to get involved and support a good cause, especially things regarding, men's mental health.
Yeah.
Something quite close to me personally, and it was great to get involved. A good opportunity.
Yeah.
Respect to Sam for getting in with me. It was kind of a last minute fight, and it was good respect. Yeah.
So we were hoping for 10 fights, and we got 16 fights.
Yes.
And he was floating around, and I knew that somebody might have to fight twice to fight him, and you just came in like a knight in shining armour and said, look, I'll sort the job out, I'll fight him. So it was fantastic.
Yeah, well, I met him before when I got to the show, and we had a little chat, and it was all good, and I just said, do you want to get in, and how do you want it done, and just had a little chat about his experience and things like that, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to sort of take the piss too much, and he was a little bit heavier than me, but I had a little bit more experience. So it was good. We just kind of met in the middle, and we had a good agreement, and we got in. And we put on a show. So
I thought Sam did really well, because in training sometimes he turned his head a little bit and he was getting really stuck in to the sparring. He was really tired, and I was really worried about him. But when he fought you stuck it on him a few times, and you brought the best out in him, actually.
For sure. And the thing is, until you get in the ring and you've got the crowd there and all that sort of added pressure, you don't know how you're going to perform until you're in there and you're doing it. So you got to push each other a little bit, and you dig deep, and then until you get to that stage, you don't know what you're capable of.
So tell me more about the Lion's Den. So I saw that who's the guy that set that up? Because since the boxing in September, it's like a little fight club that started to get together. So explain to me, what you guys have been up to.
So the Lion's Den originally was a couple of guys that just come together, and we just sort of had a little tight group of just supporting each other and motivating each other. Train at different clubs. Just stick with a few of us, and then it kind of branched out a little bit. Had a few other people training with us, but now it's kind of more of a pseudonym. It's not really a boxing club as such. It's just more of like a small collective group. And it's just anybody that wants to get involved. It's just about having a good bunch of people that motivate each other and are there for each other. And just that's what it's all about, really.
So I've pointed a few guys to Tim Field.
Yeah.
And he'll train anybody and try and bring out the best in anybody.
Yeah.
I know that he's been working very close with Ben Hood, and Tim gets really in with a fighter and very personal with them, doesn't he?
Yeah, Tim's a great coach. He's sort of like you say, quite intricate. He'll fully break you down and expose your flaws and build you back up. He's got a good eye for for what you're doing wrong and things to improve, and your strong points and weak points. I think he's really passionate about it. Got a lot of time for Tim. He's a great guy, and we still train with him. And he's obviously got his own thing going on. He's a busy man, but I know he enjoys it, and we enjoy sort of working with him as well. So
okay, so you've obviously fought amateur before, and I first met you down St Agnes with Shane and everybody down there. Would you say since stepping in September, doing a white collar fight and mixing with some of these lads, it's ignited your love for the sport even more, and you want to press on even though you're getting older and left the amateur side of it behind? Yeah,
well, my last amateur England boxing bout was in May, and that was going to be my last one. And I said I'm stepping in, and this is going to be my last one now. And then obviously I stepped in September for the Man Down, and that kind of reignited that passion a little bit. And I haven't done anything since, but here we are now tonight, and I'm on the show, and I can't wait to get in.
Just before Christmas, you're challenging yourself yet again and jumping in the bloody ring here in Cornwall.
It's hard to let go. Because I thrive off the discipline, and if you say you can never say never, because you almost lose your identity a little bit, and you start wondering, who am I now if I don't box? And so I can never say it's the last one. I won't say it again.
No, I mean, obviously seeing everybody down here and talking to you guys, obviously, I've got that passion straight the way to still be involved in this sport and get something out of it. But to see all the guys, they've not gone back to drink, they've not gone back to drugs. And you can lose your way a little bit if, like you say, you lose your identity.
Sure.
And this doesn't leave you, does it? It's you want to be involved in it and keep doing something within the sport.
Yeah, I mean, boxing is the epitome of all or nothing. You can't really, it's a bit more than a hobby. It's a lifestyle, isn't it? So if a lot of people that are fond of the drink and the drugs and things like that, like I've been there myself. Yeah. A lot of us have quite addictive personalities, and it's just about finding the right thing to be addicted to. And if you take it on, and you kind of you just train to box, and everything else, it's like a tunnel vision. That's what you want to do, and it's good.
But what would you say to anybody struggling out there that is thinking about, challenging themselves, getting themselves back on the straight and narrow? You know that the Man Down meetings are out there, and you help support that. But what would you say to somebody that's struggling with their mental health or coming in and out of the sport? You've seen it help guys again and again and again, haven't you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, always talk to somebody. Like you said, you've got different organisations available, like yours, the Man Down, things like that. But from a physical perspective, taking up a sport like boxing or other combat sports, they're the least judgmental people you'll ever meet in your life. Don't ever be afraid to go in there and start from basics, build yourself up. Even if you never intend on competing or going far with it, you'll still always learn things about you. And you'll progress in other ways mentally. You'll be mentally more resilient and tougher, obviously, as well as, of course, physically. It's just all good round, all round kind of good sport.
I think you keep finding something out about yourself every time you step in the ring. It can be a team sport. You say about sparring with each other, but when you get in there, it's you against somebody else. And there's no hiding place. You find yourself very quickly in there.
For sure. Yeah, it's the loneliest place in the world in the ring, but all the sort of nerves and anxiety and all just completely disappears. Win or lose, for me personally, I've never come out feeling bad. I always feel great because just big release can be kind of emotional, cathartic release sometimes because you put a lot of pressure on yourself and come out the ring, and everyone should be proud of themselves for doing that because it's not an easy place to be. No. Like you say, there's no hiding when you're in there. You're exposed and you feel vulnerable, but you always come out stronger no matter what.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say, you're one of the gentlemen of the sport. You're a rounded sort of guy and a straight up sort of guy, and it's been nice to get to know you over the last year or so. And thanks for supporting the Man Down charity. And I wish you real well in here, and I hope you get something from it and you enjoy your night, mate.
No, good, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.